Fast and Furious 2009 film, fourth installment in the series, for inexplicable reason called almost the same as the first one, despite being in fact a direct sequel to number 1 and 2. So after the events of the previous movies, Brian, played by Paul Walker, is back to being an FBI agent back in Los Angeles, and he's working on a case of a drug lord that's importing heroin from Mexico. In order to get him, Brian has to infiltrate the organization by becoming a mule or courier driver, whatever you want to call it. If it sounds familiar, you're right, because it should. It's pretty much the same story as in the second film. The one major change here is that Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel's character, is back now. After spending a few years outside of the US as a fugitive from the law, he comes back to California to avenge Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, who is murdered in mysterious circumstances at the beginning of the film. Fortunately, Vin Diesel deducts through the power of his angry look and menacing face that the person responsible works for the same drug lord that Brian is investigating. And as you might expect, the paths of Dom and Brian soon cross, and the film continues from there. So I actually had a huge deja vu from the second film, not just because the plot is so similar, and by similar I mean down to almost every detail, including an attractive lady working for the drug lord who falls for one of our heroes in the middle of the film for no reason at all. This time the lady is played by Gal Gadot of Wonder Woman fame, who is completely wasted in the role as just eye candy and displays no personality whatsoever. And in that way, she kind of fits with the rest of the cast, though, because Walker is wooden as always, and even Diesel, who was somewhat charismatic in the first film, this time just looks annoyed all the time. I also have similar criticism to the second film. So, choppy action scenes, poor dialogue, bad CGI, idiotic plot. One thing that I would like to underline is that this film has the worst editing of them all so far. This time not only are the action scenes ruined by it, but even the sequence of the slower dialogue scenes, the sequence in which they are put together, is just bafflingly weird at times, seemingly out of order or at wrong times completely. So really it feels just like some of them were randomly cut together with no thought behind it, and this is just objectively bad filmmaking. It doesn't make for a good experience because you're sitting there wondering, why are we following this character now? What happened? What time is it? What's going on here? And okay, and that kind of brings me to the most disappointing thing about this film and the series so far, in fact. So, see, they have the opinion of being those really bad movies, yes, but entertainingly bad. So the action is supposed to be over the top crazy to the point of being almost a self-aware comedy at this point. Yet in these four films that I saw, there's nothing of the sort. The series still tries to pretend that it's serious and competent action cinema, while it isn't. They're not the kind of movies that are so bad it's funny. They are just bad, boring, poorly made, and unoriginal. And I want to make it clear, by the way, that I'm not ragging on them because I enjoy it. I don't want to complain about Fast and Furious being worse than Casablanca, because that would be stupid. I genuinely want to like these films. I mean, I devote my time to watching them. I want to like them. But for that to happen, I need to be entertained by what's going on, and that's just not happening. Admittedly, this is just the halfway point in the series, so who knows, maybe they will get crazier, wilder, more fun, better. But so far, not too much to like.